Hello students, this is Dr. Hetal Dalal. Now in continuing our series of lecture, today we'll do blood pressure, heartbeat and cardiac cycle. Now let's start with blood pressure. Now what do you mean by blood pressure? Blood pressure is the pressure exerted by the flow of blood on the walls of vessel. It may be veins or it may be arteries. But normally the pressure exerted by blood is much greater in arteries. It is greater in arteries than in veins. Now we study here the arterial pressure. It is of two types. The first kind is the systolic pressure and second is the diastolic blood pressure. Now what do you mean by systolic blood pressure? Systolic blood pressure is the pressure of blood inside the artery at the maximum contraction of ventricles. So it is the pressure of blood exerted on arterial walls and maximum contraction of ventricles. So you can also call systolic blood pressure as ventricular systole. Systole means a contraction and diastole means relaxation. Now we come to diastolic blood pressure. Now this diastolic blood pressure is the pressure of blood again inside the artery at the time of maximum relaxation of ventricles. So that is also referred as ventricular diastole. So you got the word systole means contraction and diastole is relaxation. Now what are the values? The normal value for systolic pressure is about 120 millimeter of mercury and diastolic pressure value is 80 millimeter of mercury. And this is measured by instrument called sphygmomanometer. So that is related with blood pressure. Now I gave you the normal value for blood pressure. What is it? It is 120 by 80 millimeter of mercury. Okay, so I am writing down the value, the normal value. Or you can say the normal blood pressure is 120 by 80 millimeter of mercury. Now supposing the pressure is more, that is I may write 180 by 100 millimeter of mercury, then what is it? The value is more, and this condition is called as hypertension. You might have heard about patients suffering from high BP, and they would be calling as suffering from high blood pressure. So this condition is called as hypertension. Okay. So high blood pressure is referred as hypertension. And what is the cause? There is the constriction of arterioles, which results in increased resistance of blood flow. And if patient is suffering from blood pressure, this hypertension, high blood pressure, then he may suffer from complications may result, and there would be rupture of artery or which results in internal bleeding. Okay. So that is regarding blood pressure. I repeat once again, the pressure exerted by the blood flow in the walls of vessel, that is called blood pressure. When you are talking about arterial blood pressure, it would be the pressure exerted by blood flow in on the walls of arteries. And when it is at the time of maximum contraction of ventricles, that is called as systolic blood pressure. The first value is always systolic, this. And when it is at the time of maximum relaxation of ventricles, it is called as diastolic. So the second value is diastolic. So what have we written? Systolic by diastolic. And what is the normal value for what is the normal value of blood pressure? So it is 120 millimeter of mercury. If the blood pressure of a person, this is the value which I told you is of a healthy person. Now supposing the value is higher than the normal value, then that condition is known as hypertension. Why is hypertension caused? It is due to constriction of arterioles, and that results in increased resistance to the blood flow. And what can be the possible complications? The possible complications would be rupture of artery and this would result in internal bleeding. So that is related with blood pressure. I gave you the name of the instrument by which you can measure blood pressure. The spelling is difficult, but you need to learn it. It is called sphygmomanometer. And of course, along with sphygmomanometer, you do use stethoscope. Okay. Now we come to the second topic, that is heartbeat. Now what is heartbeat? You know, our heart beats regularly 24/7, right? Now this heartbeat is a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of cardiac muscles. So it is a rhythmic contraction and relaxation of the heart, which is continuous, non-stop. If it stops, then person dies. So this is a continuous process, and it is about 72 times in a minute in a healthy person. So your pulse rate or heartbeat, it is the same. When here you can measure the pulse, that is the pulse rate. The heartbeat and pulse rate, they would be the same. In normal person, normal, or I would refer as healthy person, it is 72 times per minute. Okay. Now this may amount like it average would be between 70 to 75 times per minute. Now it originates from, heartbeat originates from a special neuromuscular tissue called the sinoatrial node. So it is a special neuromuscular tissue, and that is called as SA node, that is sinoatrial node. Okay. And from here it reaches to the AV node, that is atrioventricular node. Both are in the right atrium. So this is sinoatrial node and this is the atrioventricular node. From here there arises there is a mass of specialized fibers, and these is called bundle of His. So you are getting it from SA node. The impulse goes to AV node. From AV node it goes to bundle of His. Now this bundle of his, it branches into the ventricle. So now it is right branch and left branch. Left branch of bundle of his and right branch of bundle of his. Okay, and then these fibers convert into fine fibers and supply the whole myocardium, and those are the Purkinje fibers. So this is how heartbeat originates. Heartbeat originates in a special neuromuscular tissue called the AC node. Here I forgot to mention, heart is myogenic in nature, means it has special muscles which controls its beating. So heart is myogenic. Myo means muscle. So it is myogenic in nature. Now the beat starts from the AC node. Then it reaches the AV node, that means atrioventricular node. Here there arises another special mass of fibers called bundle of his. Now this bundle of his, now they bifurcate or they branch onto the right side and the left side and go into the ventricles. So that is the left branch of bundle of his and right branch of bundle of his. Then these fibers, they further keep on dividing and become fine threads or fine fibers, and these fibers supply the whole heart or the myocardium, and those fibers are called the Purkinje fibers. Now, I have written few things. It originates from AC node where it is found in the wall of right atrium near the opening of superior vena cava. You may remember this. AC node location is near the opening of superior vena cava in the wall of right atrium. And it is neuromuscular tissue which you should remember. Now many a times AC node may be damaged or it may be deranged or not function properly. Then what is going to happen? The heartbeat. The heart is not going to beat properly at the rhythmic pace. Okay. So here you have to remedify this condition by doing surgical grafting of artificial pacemaker. You know, you might have heard that there are people having problems with heart and their heart is not beating at the regular pace. See, pacemaker, pace is rhythm. At regular time there would be beat of heart. So that is a pace that the heart observes. So naturally it is the AC node. AC node is the pacemaker. AC node is natural pacemaker and it keeps the heart beating at normal rhythmic pace. So that's why it is known as pacemaker. Now supposing this is damaged, deranged or not functioning properly, then surgical grafting is done and artificial pacemaker is inserted in the chest wall of such patients. Okay. And what is this doing? It gives the impulse. It stimulates the heart to beat at that normal pace. So it behaves like AC node. It takes up the functioning of the damaged AC node. So that is regarding heartbeat. Now, you know, heart beats 72 times in minute. On an average, you can say it is 70 to 75 times per minute. So I am writing 72 times in 60 seconds. So one time, what would be for one time? What is the time? So that amounts to about 0.833. If you take here instead of 72, you will get clean 0.8 second. Okay. So this is the time for the heart to complete its whole cycle. So that is called cardiac cycle. The heartbeat takes in one time for the heartbeat to complete its all functioning or the processing or the working. It takes about 0.8 second. We had learned working of heart. Now it's not that from both the sides, the right and the left, they work together. Okay, so the whole thing, the arrival of deoxygenated blood and distribution of oxygenated blood, the whole thing, it takes about 0.8 seconds, and that is called as the cardiac cycle. So cardiac cycle constitutes of 0.8 seconds. I told you how. One time beating, what would be the time? So that is 0.8 second. Now the heartbeat passes through three phases. I'll draw a circle. So this would be 0.8 seconds. Now when the first phase is the joint diastole. Diastole, now you know, it is the relaxation. So in joint diastole, all chambers are relaxed, means the atrium and ventricles, all four chambers are relaxed. There is no contraction. So what is going to happen at this time? Blood from, if you remember the figure of heart diagram, you know the superior vena cava over here, the inferior vena cava, and here there would be the pulmonary artery, and then from here there will arise the aorta, and this the pulmonary veins and the four chambers. Okay, so what happens when the heart is relaxed? All four chambers are relaxed. Blood from superior vena cava and inferior vena cava will fill in the right atrium, and at the same time oxygenated blood. What filled in right atrium is deoxygenated blood, and at the same time oxygenated blood fills in the left atrium from the pulmonary veins. So in joint diastole, blood from large veins, that is superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, will bring deoxygenated blood into the right atrium, and at the same time pulmonary veins will bring oxygenated blood into the left atrium, and this lasts for about 0.4 seconds. Okay, so this is it. Now I'm drawing this. Now this is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 and 0.8 seconds. Okay. So this whole part, this is the joint diastole. This is joint diastole. Okay, 0.4 second. You can see 1, 2, 3 and 4. So this is the joint diastole. Now the next phase is atrial systole. Next phase is atrial systole. So you got it. Atrium are going to get contracted. both the atriums, they are going to contract. And what is going to happen? The blood from atrium will move into the ventricles, right? From the right atrium into the right ventricle via the tricuspid valve, and from the left atrium into the left ventricle through the bicuspid valve. And this atrial systole is short and this lasts for about 0.1 second. So next 1 second would be this part. This is atrial systole. Now the third part, that is ventricular systole. Yes, you got it right. Over here, the ventricles are going to contract, and from the right ventricle, the deoxygenated blood is going to enter the pulmonary trunk, and from the left atrium, the oxygenated blood is going to move into the aorta. And this lasts for, you can see 3 seconds remaining, so 0.3 seconds. That is for ventricular systole. So, in short, cardiac cycle can be divided into 3 phases. The whole heartbeat passes into 3 phases, that is joint diastole, then atrial systole and ventricular systole. Joint diastole is of 4 seconds when the heart would be totally relaxed. At the time of atrial systole, the atrium would be contracting, that lasts for 0.1 seconds. And ventricular systole, at that time both the ventricles will be contracting at the same time, and that lasts for about 0.3 seconds. If you calculate it, it amounts to 0.8 seconds. So cardiac cycle is of 0.8 seconds. Now there is another thing which I would want you to know. I've drawn a diagram over here, if you can appreciate it well. It is similar to this. Now what I have done over here, again I have made just like into 8 parts. So this is 0.1 second, 0.2 second, 0.3 second, 4, 5, 6, 7 and finally the 0.8 second. Now what is it? Atrial systole, I have made 2 circles. The outer part, outside the black part, this is the atrium, and inner circle is for ventricle. So for atrial systole, it lasts for 0.1 second. So what I have done? This is 0.1 second. Okay, I'll draw it again. Now it is like and you divide it into again 8 parts. Okay. So it is 0.1. Okay, we start from here. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7 and 0.8 seconds. Okay. Now I am drawing a circle inside, which is for ventricles. The green line inside, this is for ventricles and the outer part is for atrium. Now you know what is the time for atrial systole. Atrial systole is of 1 second, 0.1 second, sorry. So this section, I am doing this. This is what? Atrial systole. And inner part is ventricular systole and it lasts for about 0.3 seconds. So I need to take 3 parts, 1, 2 and 3. So this, I'll take another pen. This and this. So what is this? This is 0.3 seconds and that is your ventricular systole. Now This you can see. When atrial systole is 0.1 second, ventricular systole 1, 2 and 3. Again 0.3 seconds. The half of it is not shaded and this is the joint diastole, that is 0.4 seconds. Now if I ask you what is atrial diastole, then what would be your answer? See, from this is only outer part is for atrium. So right from ear to ear, you are getting me? So it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So 0.1, 0.2, that totally makes up. So atrial diastole is about 0.7 seconds. Okay. And if I ask you about ventricular diastole, so inside I said that is ventricle. So here we used ventricular systole. The rest of the time it is and relaxation. So this part. So 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and 0.5. So ventricular diastole is of 0.5 seconds. See, this is almost mathematics, but you do get such questions in your competitive exams. Otherwise, normally you need to remember these values. Joint diastole 0.4 seconds, atrial systole 0.1 second and ventricular systole is 0.3 second. The cardiac cycle on the whole constitutes 0.8 seconds. How do we come to the calculation of 1.8 seconds? 72 beats in 60 seconds. 1 beat how many times? So it would be rounding up to 0.8 seconds. So these are the three things which happen during the working of heart. So there would be relaxation, that is joint diastole, atrial systole and ventricular systole. That's all for today. In the next lecture, we'll continue with lymphatic system in detail and understand it well. That's all for today. Stay tuned and please do like, share and subscribe.